What's up? All right, is everyone here? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I see we got Momo, we got Armand, got Leandre, got Blake. Who else I got here? That's about it for right now. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So I noticed that this is more like a class. And, kids don't like classes. And but what I was thinking is, what if class was a school? All right. And like, what if basketball class was a school? Sorry. What if like you got to, instead of learning about like math and science, you get to learn about basketball? To realize, I mean, it would still be boring at times. And I think that the people who don't do these live streams, they're probably not the type to like class in general. Um, and I noticed that from Ian. He's very honest with me. Uh, he just goes like, he goes, yeah, I don't like the live streams. But then like right afterwards when we talk, he's like, okay, what is this drill? What is this drill? What is this drill? And I have to explain it. I'm like, I just said these exact words during the live stream. So he wants to know the information, but he doesn't want to listen to it when I am talking. So what class offers is it's a very regimented way to do things. It's like, we are doing class during these exact hours. And that's what some people just don't like. And it's certain people that can't do like military stuff, because it's too regimented. They want like a more free atmosphere where they get to do things on their own. And that's cool. And basketball is a very creative sport where you get to do things on your own. But sometimes if you're on a basketball team, you have to be there. Sorry, you have to be there exactly when they tell you to, if not early. It's a very regimented game if you want to be great at it. So, with that said, this is like class, but you have to trick yourself into learn to loving it. And if you don't naturally love it, again, you lie and you pretend that you naturally love it. Okay. So I'm going to go over everything that's in the book. Again, it's Limitless Hoops. If you don't have the book, buy the book. What's going on, Kim? I see you, man. Hey, Leandre. All right. And try to follow along and try to do the things that it says to do day by day. Again, I know that's crazy regimented and not how basketball is usually, but it's exactly what's going to give you a chance because basketball is usually the thing that you're not allowed to play at a high level. It's usually only reserved for people who are 7 feet tall and strong as an ox. It's usually reserved for certain people who look a certain way and not people who work very, very hard or are willing to work very, very hard. All right. So we're changing all of that by offering basically the roadmap, the shortcut, all right, to becoming a great player. And it's going to take a very regimented, hard person to be able to do that. And that's what you must change yourself into becoming. Anyways, the quote of the day is beware. Sometimes later can become never. I like that saying a lot because I feel that. And I'm always pushing myself to that. Again, it's not easy for me to work. I mean, I like working. I like the results. When I start working, oh yeah, I just keep going, and I can go to like 3 in the morning. I'll just like forget to like even like sleep. I'll forget to eat. I do love working, but just to begin the working process, oh man, that's so hard. Like when I wake up, it's hard to get. It's just hard. I'm not being that way. Of course, I'm doing without. But I was thinking to myself, if I say, yeah, I'll do this eventually, and I keep putting it off, eventually becomes never. And you keep saying, yes, I'm going to start tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to start January 1st of next year. I'm going to change my life around. No, you won't. If you can't start right now, you're probably never going to start. All right. Because again, beware. Sometimes later can become never. All right. So stop saying that you're going to do things later, do things later, do things later. All right. You won't get too many chances before the day that you die. All right. All right. So anyway, let's start with the workouts real quick. Again, these are the things that you want to perfect. There's only 296 of them. Let's call it 300. All right. There's only 300 of them. And if you perfect these things, I promise you'll be 3 levels up. And by levels, I mean, if you're a first grader or second grader or whatever, no, probably first grader, you have to come in for like at least 12 years. If you're a first grader, but again, we can go fifth, eighth, whatever grade that you're in. and you work really hard for 4 years doing all this stuff, and you can do it all and like get it as good as you can in 4 years, that's one level up. So that means that if you were supposed to be a JV person, that makes you a varsity person like that. I know it's a lot of work just to make varsity, but I was a D1 player, and if I did this stuff, that would have made for 4 years, that would have made me an NBA player. So one level up is pretty good if you're at a high level. But if you want to get two levels up, or if you're that JV player, you were never supposed to make varsity, and you want to play D3, that takes 8 years. If you want to get three levels up, that takes 12 years of it. You might be special though. Maybe you're special, right? And special in two ways. Special in one, you just suck randomly. I don't know. You just weren't good for some random reason. And then two, you can figure this stuff out, all 300 drills, in less than 4 years or less than 12 years. And you can just do it because you're that special. But somehow you weren't special enough to already be good. I don't know how that works. But again, you're special like that. If you can do them all, hey, I'll count that as all three levels. Can you do more than that? Again, if you're special, I guess you can double it up, go 6 levels up. I have no idea. You have to do something extraordinarily different. I've seen it pan out with kid after kid after kid. I haven't seen too many people push beyond those 2 or 3 levels up. But if you want to be that special person, it's going to take a lot. And it starts with this stuff. So the 300 drills, can you perfect them? I wouldn't mind if you perfected them all in a month and prove me wrong. And you're like, yes, I got all those drills perfect. And you can show me video of those drills with you doing it perfect, where you're like, boom, this is the Mono Ginobili right here. 1, 2, 3. And it's like, it's not here. It's above my shoulder and it's out and it's there. And then I'm scoring like that. Exactly how you said it, coach. Precisely how you said it for all 300 drills. You would be insane. You would be insanely amazing. And you would make it to any level that you wanted to. So do these drills. Again, I'm telling you step by step so that you guys might have a chance to do them. First drill, numbered scissor shots. That's when I'm standing underneath the basket as a coach, and there's usually 5 people, one up top, 2 on the wings, 2 on the corners, and I put up numbers, either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And sometimes I would go like this just to mess you guys up. But if I put up, you guys will all be doing scissor dribbles, like between your legs over and over and over again. If I put up your number, you shoot, just you. You shoot, and then you go get your rebound, then you go back to your line. So you have to dribble between your legs while looking up. It's a good drill. Again, it teaches you to look up while you're ball handling, teaches you to pull up quickly on a dime, and just basically makes you aware and increases your ability to shoot at the same exact time. So I like this drill. Next one is pick and roll slip. This is being able to go through a pick and roll, dribble out to the side with your face facing the basket, of course, and then crossing the ball over, spreading your legs, switching back, and then going toward the pick and roll. You should be 5 feet away from the screener. As you go toward the pick and roll with your side steps, they show too early. And if they show too early, meaning the guy that was guarding your pick guy tries to double team too early or hedges out a little too early or sneaks a little too early, the guy sat in the screen is just going to run to the basket. And when you're doing your side steps, your side dribbles like this, you pass to that guy immediately. And it's a pocket pass from your hip to their hip, a low pass right in between your defender and their defender, right through that window. And that's why you want to keep your distance, because if you're too close, it makes that a harder pass. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. This is for elementary. Next one is 2-ball dribbles. We have the 2-ball dribble video on our website. If you just type in 2-ball dribbles, it comes up, Limitless Hoops, for all the videos. It's a 2-minute video with 15 seconds each, and I recommend for everyone of all ages to do these dribbles for 2 minutes a day. Your regular workout's supposed to be like for an hour or so. So 2 minutes is nothing. You can do that right when you wake up. It has 8 catchy songs to it that change every 15 seconds. So if you wanted to, let's say, again, become amazing, right when you wake up, you can save the video on your phone. You go to Safari if you have iPhone, and then click on the save button. You can add the link to your desktop. And you can just wake up in the morning, click it, get out 2 balls, and then do the 2-ball dribbling thing. I don't know if you can do it inside the house or outside the house, but ask your parents. If you do that every single day, or maybe before you went to sleep, or at noon, or whatever, you want to have a chance to be great. Again, ball handling is huge. Next one is under the chair dribble. Speaking of ball handling, dribbling the ball low, putting one ball underneath a chair and then dribbling it using just your wrist, like this, not your arm, just your wrist, at a very, very low clef, so that when people are guarding you, you can dribble the ball down that low. You can be a dominant player because they can't reach down to go for the ball without putting themselves out of defensive position. If they're up playing good defense, able to stay in front of you, they can't reach that ball. If they reach down, then you can go around them. So they lose or lose. All right. Blake Bastani, you have the link saved? Nice. I like it, man. All right. So, anyways, actually do the drills, though. All right. You should want to become the best ball handler in town by the time the high school rolls around. And for the under the chair dribbles, you can also get two balls and two chairs. Put both underneath and do it. There's a link on there's a video on our Instagram page with Sean Smith doing that. It's a pretty decent drill. I mean, I tried it. It was hard to get it up. So doing that ball handle, it's a pretty fun thing. Next one is curl jumper series. We're doing this one today for our ISO workout. All three of them. First one is when you throw it out from the baseline, throw it out straight down the lane line. You curl around, inside foot touches. Your hand's already ready. You catch, other foot lands, and then you shoot your curl jumper. The next one is same as that thing, but then you go pump fake and one dribble away from the center. Next one is pump fake, one dribble away, step back. We're doing all three of those drills today, along with the Kobe post move for the ISO workout. So heads up for that. And again, these are things that you should be doing for this workout day. If you want to videotape these things and you're an elementary person, you should videotape them for 5 to 10 minutes. Last one is one-on-one high post flash. All right, that's when usually we have a coach passing to you, but if you don't, you just modify the drill. You want to sprint up from the block to the middle of the free throw line and then catch a pass from the opposite wing and then try to score that shot. You want to work on scoring shots from every possible way so that when you're in games, you're more likely to make these shots. All right, because I practiced this exact shot. Like I practiced this coming off of a curl screen. I practiced coming off of a flare screen. I practiced flashing to the high post. I practiced going back door. I practiced my shot from many, many, many different ways. All right, going flare screen to the corner. There's so many different shots that you can do. Maybe screen and then you get that screen down for sprinting up. All right, and this is just one of those shots again, going from the low post to the high post, flashing, like screaming with your hands up, catching, turning around and knocking down that shot. And then practice shots from every possible route. If you have no one to pass to, you can spin the ball high to yourself so you can catch it high. And when you're passing this pass, you want to pass it to them so that they catch it high. Anyone catching the ball on the inside needs to catch the ball high so that they don't get the ball robbed by smaller people, and also so that they can keep their elbows up because it's a very dangerous space on the inside. All right, and that's it for the elementary drills. Let's move on to the middle school drills. And again, if this were a class, could you possibly not memorize all these drills, but memorize how to do them? So when you heard them, you could do them. Or when I explain it, you could do it perfectly. Like, can you do all these drills perfectly? There's actually a challenge that every grade will have a chance to do, I think, or at least a few grades will have a chance to do. And it's called the Weekly Improvements Challenge. And for 4 straight weeks, you go through the workouts, like whether we meet in person or just through the book, and you write down the ones that you sucked at. All right, you write down the things that you were bad at, and then the next week you do those things. You practice those things for 5 minutes each. And the same time for the next week, you write down stuff that week that you were bad at, and then you repeat for the following week again. And you want to mark the things that you're bad at so you can work on at least one bad thing a day, the thing that you were worst at. And although that's a challenge for some other time down the line for some of you guys, I think you guys should be at least internally doing that all the time, whether it be for school, basketball, whatever, like life. I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't talk to girls. I got to practice talking to girls, whatever. All right. You want to write down the things that you're bad at and then work on them. And again, writing them down ensures that you can do it so that you don't have to remember them. All right. And you work on it for about 5 minutes a day, maybe a problem in math that you're bad at. All right. Write it down and get better at it. All right. Anyways, middle school drills. Hold your follow through or push ups. Yeah, I like this drill because people don't hold their follow through. So you're gonna shoot the ball, and you must not drop your arms until the ball hits the rim. All right. And if the ball hits the rim, the net, or the floor, then you can drop your arm. And that's it. Then you just keep shooting until like first person that hits 25 shots or something like that. But the trick is this: when you don't drop your arm, sorry, yeah, when you don't drop your arm, you continue. But if you drop your arm before, you have to catch yourself. You have to do one push up. That's it. And and if you don't do that push up, then you have to sprint. And the first person that sprints, only one sprint. Second person, two sprints. Third person, three sprints throughout the whole course of the drill. And why we do that is because we want you to become more self-aware. All right, because some people go like this. They'll shoot the ball and they go, and you say, did you follow through? And they're like, I don't know. Did I? And you're like, really? You can't tell whether your hands are here or here. You have no idea. All right? Or Nitin, if you watch him during our workouts, he will shoot the ball like this. He's right-handed. He shoots like this. And I'm like, no, with your right hand. And then he'll be like, okay. I'm like, no, the other hand. And he goes, okay. He doesn't know what he's doing because he's not really watching his body. But then he'll try to correct himself. And after a while, he'll start to go like this. I'm like, well, no, turn this hand like this. And he still won't quite get it because his body is not quite caught up with his mind yet. All right. I'm not making fun of him. I'm making fun of all you guys. Because all of you are like that to some extent. You don't realize the mistakes that your toes off. I'm not saying to like be aware of like your ear hair being like perfect. I'm saying like the major body parts, like your hands, your arms, your legs, being in the right position. All right. And you can't just go through life like not understanding what your body is doing. All right. And I know that's an age thing, but you should get that if you want to be a good basketball player by the time that you turn third grade. Really good second graders or first graders can't do it. So by the time that you're in third grade, you should have that down pat. If you're a sixth grader and still struggling on that, you're going to struggle your entire life. So really push yourself in this regard and think, what am I doing now? Where's my pinky? Where's my finger? Where are they now? Don't just think about the shots. Next one is 1 minute shots, 8 to 14 a run. This one's a good drill because of math. And oh yeah, people suck at math. You have to shoot 14 shots in a minute, or you have to run 2 sprints for everyone under 14. So that's math. If I only shot 12 shots, that's 4 runs. If I shoot 13 shots, that's 2 runs. If I shoot 14 shots, that's 0 runs. 15 or more, 0 runs. But then we also count your makes. And you must make 8 shots in a minute. And for everyone that you don't make under 8, you have to run them once. Not twice, just once. So if you make 7, you have to run once. Run 6, you have to run once. Twice, sorry. And then you have to add those 2 numbers together. So that's the hard part. People will struggle with figuring it out, even high schoolers, and it's hilarious to me. But everyone's different speed at math. But while you're doing that, you have to count and also be like this. So I like the fact that you get to think while you shoot, because that's basketball. Diagonal pro hop, that's when you're on a fast break, sprinting from the lane line, half court, sprinting past the free throw line, just beyond the middle, and hitting the ball down, and then pro hopping to the other side, but in a diagonal way. So you go like this, and then diagonally go with the pro hop and land again. And then you twist for a layup. That's the diagonal pro hop. Again, it's better if I show you, but I'll have videos to show you guys soon. But we do have these videos online. So the diagonal pro hop, it's a great drill to do when someone changes your direction. And real quick check. Am I still on? I think I am. Just let me know if you can hear me. I go by this little volume thing, and the volume thing isn't moving right now. So let me know if you can still hear me in the comment section. Thanks a lot. All right. Anyways, for the diagonal pro hop, it's changing direction. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's changing direction. As I'm going this way, someone cuts me off. Instead of twisting or spinning or going behind my back, I can do a pro hop where I maintain my vision on the rim and I maintain my aggression toward the basket, my speed, and I bounce the ball like this, strong, and then I go forward. And it's an amazing move, but it's hard to do. And you have to keep practicing it to be able to do it. Another one is direct Euro step. That's when you come at somebody, pick the last bounce, and then you go with a fake fake, and then score. We do this because once you take that last dribble and pick up the ball, the defense isn't allowed to move anymore. If they're not allowed to move, you can just walk around them because layups are usually done in a straight line where you take one dribble and one step, then you pick the ball up and take two steps going forward. Well, there's no rule that says you can take the two steps going any direction that you want. I could literally go one and then run backwards with my two steps. No one's ever done that. I'm gonna have to try that move. Wow. The backwards layup. You hit and then you just run backwards with two steps. It's almost like a step back, but it's ridiculous. I might have to practice that one. Anyways, so for this one, you just take one dribble and then you step this way and then this way. You walk right around the defense where if they move, it's a blocking foul. Pick and roll, drive to shot. That's, again, coming off the pick and roll, side step, side step, side step, coming off the pick and roll right here. And now for the drive to shot, this is if there's no help, no show. The person guarding the screener does not show, and there is help side defense. So you dribble in. If there was no help side defense, you're going in for a layup or to create. But if there is help side and your guy just got hit, you're coming off that screen wide open, you dribble in and pull up for your jump shot. And again, knowing all these different pick and roll things is crucial. Where if you can dominate the pick and roll, that's what a true point guard is. All right, last one for them is hurdle reverse layup. We put a hurdle on the lane line, hurdle before the lane line. We come in with our left hand, take one dribble with the same foot, then go over the hurdle, first hurdle, over the second hurdle, and then shoot a reverse layup. And the reason that we do this is because we want both our hands on the ball during the layup process, same as our strong hand side layup. Because if you're taking an extra dribble and then you just put your hand on the ball real quick for a reverse layup, that's an easy thing to get blocked. When you're going in, you want to remain with as many options as possible, where you have three options when you have the ball like this and you're in triple threat where you can pass, dribble, or shoot. When you drive in and you pick the ball up, you can no longer dribble, but you want to be able to pass or shoot. And if all you're doing is shooting off the initial thing without taking two long steps, you're an easy target to get blocked. I can block people's reverse layups because I can see them coming from a mile away. You want to be able to avoid that. And if you do this correctly with the two long steps, you can actually fake the reverse and shoot a fake reverse layup on the strong side. So your options are numerous when you have the ball in two hands with your head up, taking two long steps. And the hurdles just make it possible. You don't want to do it without the hurdles eventually, but the hurdles make it easy. And before we get to our high school, let's go with our story of the day. You know what? Let's switch that. Let's go with the high school one. High school is overhead board passes. All right, we're taking the ball, throwing it off the backboard from the free throw line, or step in if you're younger. All right, and you're just throwing it over and over and over again, getting stronger, making your back muscle stronger, making your tries stronger, and you're throwing the ball as you're stepping forward so that you can eventually throw a cross-court pass, or if you get double teamed off a pick and roll, you can go retreat dribble, cross-court pass like LeBron. You can throw overhead passes to break a press, and basically people can't pick on you anymore, because you're now officially strong enough to throw the ball out of double teams and across the court. All right, so overhead board passes. All right, and next up is drive left or right, pass high and low. All right, I like this one. So when you guys, for this drill, it teaches you how to make instant reactions. All right, I don't know if you can hear the car starting up, but yeah. But anyways, you can make reactions on the fly. So when you drive left or right, you're gonna pass higher. This one is this. All right, so I'm on the wing and the shooter is in the corner. All right, and as I drive middle like this, the person will either have their hands up or have their hands down. As soon as I cross the 3-point line, if they have their hands up, I'm gonna drive middle, jump stop, throw a jump pass to them. If they have their hands down, I'm gonna drive middle and just throw a regular pass. And this will teach you that the defense is not very predictable. You don't know whether they're gonna have their hands up or down. You must react to it accordingly. And then if I drive baseline, they're gonna have their hands here for a direct pass, or they're gonna have their hands out for a pass where I drive baseline and then I take 2 steps just like our last drill, 2 hands on the ball, 2 long steps, and I jump out of bounds, and where the defense can't follow me, and I throw a out of bounds pass to them because they put their hand out. And again, it's 2 different reaction drills for whether the pass be high or low and how the defender's hands are. On ball defense, for on ball defense, I was always taught when I was growing up, force them toward their weak hand. That's dumb. Don't do that. All right. You force them toward the baseline or wherever your team defense dictates. You force them toward the part that you're comfortable with. And you don't force them like overly force them. You just slightly force them. You slightly like make them say, hey, I feel like you should go this way. All right, just a little bit. I'm still going to stay in front of you, but just a little bit. And if you want to go this way, well, you're going to have to go over my knee. So you position yourself so if they go that way, they're going to get tripped. All right. So you influence them slightly. You can even mess with that. So when they switch their hand, the ball to this side, switch it and force them slightly that way. All right. Because it's just a slight little shift. All right. So you mess with them and you make sure that they can't go over that they're going to only go one way or the other, so that you're much more likely to stay in front of them. All right, but again, you don't want to overforce anyone because good players can go either way. All right, and I'm a right-handed player. I love to go left. So forcing me left is dumb. Forcing me right, well, now I'm going toward my strong hand. I can do a lot with my strong hand. So you don't want to force players, or you're limiting your level. All right, you're saying I want to be a good basketball player until players can go both ways, which is high school. So now you're a good basketball player until middle school or elementary, probably. All right. You want to be able to play against the best of the best. So start preparing yourself now by going against the bad players and not letting them go either way. When the good players are there, it's going to be much harder. So don't say because this player is bad, I'm going to force him to his weak side. No, because he's bad, you get to practice doing the right thing. Because when the better players are there, it's going to feel so much worse. So play good defense the entire time. Ball jump versus face cut. That one is if I'm guarding the ball up top, they pass the ball to the wing, I have to jump off toward the ball to be in the middle so that he can't face cut me. And for this drill, we have people at half court with the ball in their hand. They can pass either way, and they have a defender in the middle. And you can be tricky about it, but as soon as the ball's out of your hand, you must try to face cut. And we have a cone on this side and a cone on that side, where if you cut on this half of the cone, then you win. But if the person cuts you off and you have to cut on this side of them, or you don't make it to the cone in time, then they win. So it's just a drill where one person is going to win or lose. And we have to learn how to face cut people, and we also have to learn how to jump on the ball side of people on defense. Last two is Kobe post. For Kobe post, we're in the post, and then we turn and run, and then jump back, and then shimmy, and then shoot off either foot. And the trick is when we turn and run and we turn back, we jump stop so that we have both pivot feet possible. If you just turn and run and then pivot back, it'll only go off this foot. So you want to turn and run and then jump, twist back, and then shimmy and slightly look both ways, and you can go either direction. Again, if you practice this drill, please put it online. And then we're also doing this in our ISO workout today. And the last one is double bounce series. That one is when you go bounce, bounce from the block, bounce, bounce between the leg behind the back to spin. And from the spin, you either shoot the hook shot, go pump fake, step through, or pump fake, step through, fake, and then spin back for a jumper over the middle. And you do all of these in a series. All right. And it's just practice to see how quickly you can get practice to put it all together. Again, watch for video online. And again, put this stuff up, okay? It was nice telling you guys all the drills. Here's the motivational story for the day. And it's taking an honest look at yourself is difficult because we tend to judge ourselves by intentions more than the pure reality of what's occurred. Self-awareness might be the most important thing in becoming a champion. And that's what I was saying earlier. Being able to look at yourself honestly from the outside is an enormous skill. Too often we're like, I tried my hardest. No, shut up about your hardest. Did you do it? Are you doing it? That's all you need to be worried about. Are you currently doing the right thing? All right. And if it's not the right thing, then you need to change it. So don't lie to yourself. You must tell the truth, and you have to see yourself from the outside and say, "Am I doing the things that I need to do to achieve my goals?" If the answer is no, you need to start doing those things. Anyway, today's the last day of the isolation workout where I judge you guys, and it's a hard one. Next week, starting Monday, it's going to be a lot easier. I'm hoping that we have enough leaders out there. I'll ask during this workout who wants to lead, and we'll get 4 people doing it. And then basically explain it to you. The first day, I'll be leading a lot, but you can like pick up my words, and then you can do it on the second day. And also give you a partner. So if you can't do it, you have to text them. All right. So Blake, you can lead again. And if Cameron, if you're not okay with text messaging yet, you're not quite ready, then it's okay. You can wait to lead. Wait till next year. Wait till whenever you want to use your phone a lot. And if not using a phone is not a bad thing, especially for you. All right. So it's not a bad thing. Don't worry about it. All right. But we have to be in contact where if you can't make it, then you have to contact that. So it's just what it is. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Great job with all this stuff. And soon I will be for the distance learning. I'm telling some of your parents that oh, your phone doesn't work. That's okay. All right. That maybe I can come to your houses to do your P class. All right. So heads up for that announcement next week. See you guys soon. Peace.